And we are live. Welcome, everyone. Welcome to day 115, because today is 115 of 200 days of code. And we are going to look at some special things, some special new styling updates to Mr. Andersen's blog. However, we need some expert, some kind of coding pro to take us by the hand and show us all the updates. And this person is Leon Andersen. Leon, how are you doing?
Hello. I didn't know that I'm a coding expert yet, but thank you very much. I hope I can take you by the hand well enough. But I mean, with those colors in my color scheme and on my website, I mean, I can only, I can never write any bugs, obviously. So yeah, let's take a little look at what I did today and some updates on the website. As you can see, it looks more stable now. Like a few days ago, the stuff was not aligned. We have, yeah, I'll just go randomly. I put some stuff in the footer in the same structure as above here, so it looks nice because it just mirrors that. I can't even see that because of the. Let me pull this one up then. Here you can see that this is mirroring the top structure, and yeah, I'm still working on getting this properly done. But this is already similar to how it should look like, but it should open in this direction. But I like the design. And yeah, same above here. We had that already. That's still in work, but as you can see, the footer is aligned at each height because we have some nice flex grow in here in the main. What are the most important changes? Let me think. Did a bit of styling here. I mean, I think I showed you that already. Yeah, I think the main point where we were before, or the main breaking point was basically the where are we? Here we are. The responsive design restart, basically starting everything again. And I was actually partly right, because except for the flex grow, like positioning stuff horizontally, vertically, I was actually already very close to what I did before. And I could just hide basically the about and subscribe, put them into hidden. We can see that. Where is it? Subscribe form. No, it's in the nav bar. Here we can see hidden by default because it goes from default is below the small breaking point, and from the small breaking point it becomes visible. And in order to make it visible, you have to give it some sort of display, basically, display property. And as we are using flex here inside of this row, basically flex row, flex is the same as flex row per default. I put small flex, and before that, as you can see, the about and the subscribe is hidden until the breaking point, which is here, which is quite wide. I mean, it looks wide because we're a square basically. How can I move this to the side? And well, it still looks quite wide. But yeah. So I was actually the things that I was happy about, I didn't have to change much of those, which is pretty cool. But of course, I had the chance to learn a lot more in terms of breaking points and stuff. And also, you know, by now this burger menu and the yeah, how this one works. I don't know if I will make this. I thought about maybe making this full screen so it covers everything. I don't know yet. We will see what happens or how I will implement the subscribe, because this one doesn't lead anywhere. But you know, the hidden and then starting from small is I guess the main point of this little discussion. And also here the footer works, stays below. I guess it needs some fine tuning with the how much space in different sizes there is to the bottom and stuff like that. And also the imprint and subscribe have to be still visible here. I will probably make that they are the only thing that's showing, and this Jan Andersen home button will be hidden. And yeah, what else can I show? Oh, I didn't know that I have the subscribe, the on-page subscribe on all on all on pages, on all articles. Didn't know that. Yeah. I guess also what's maybe not visible directly, but which is also happening, is that I don't get internal server errors all the time when I make changes in the in the styling, and also not I don't have to reload or like exit and reload all the time the to get the DevTools, and that's because the migration or the new system setup that we talked about yesterday was successful, pretty awesome. We had some Next.js bug, I guess. I'm pretty sure I talked about that as well, and that didn't even occur because probably because this is a MacBook with a M1 processor or chip, and probably the bug was some hardware kind of Linux style bug. So I didn't even have any of that. I could just clone the repository, which was epic. And by the way, you have to. Yesterday we talked about the SSH agent. We figured out that it is a requirement. So yeah, happens, and then it worked. Deinstalled Oh My Zeesh, worked as well. Don't need that. Is there anything else? Well, I guess the thing that I spent a lot of time on, styling and designing, because I tried many different variables, was my 404 page, but I guess I present it to you in a bigger screen first. And if we just go to slash whatever, we can see damn awesome styling, colors, also gradient, and some really nice retro design. Yeah, I love it. The only thing that bugs me a little bit is that there are only these incremental steps in the text size. So if I go text 3XL to make it more aligned with the left side here, it's just too big for the breaking points. But with 2XL, it's too small. So it looks a little bit wonky here on this side. And if you're wondering why isn't it the same distance here, that's because to me it looks more centered here, in this view and in this view. If I have the those two buttons here from the nav bar with some padding from the right. As you can see, if I get rid of this, this looks like now it's too far over here, and that's because the line breaks here, they work on a word by word basis. So if, for example, now this word passion is longer than this margin here, or this padding, then it gets cut off too early, and then basically makes the text lines appear smaller than the body width, and this is not that beautiful. Looks more wonky than with the padding on the right side here. Now it looks more centered, in my opinion. Unfortunately, this screws a little bit with the 404 page, which is quite sad, but I guess it's not that important. And also, I made the 404 page responsive. So if we go into some iPhone, it still looks friggin' amazing. And yeah, also I built a very awesome UX experience inside, which is that I wrote here in this text on the 404 page that you will be redirected to the homepage in an hour. So I don't even have to program the redirect, because people think, oh, I don't want to wait an hour, so they go by themselves. Obviously, that's just a playful placeholder until I implement the redirection. But I would really love to experience more of these kind of well thought through user experiences on the on the web. Yeah, I think. Is there anything? Oh yeah, I mean, I can share like how I did this because it's wasn't that easy. Because one thing, without these line breaks here on the right side, we wouldn't get the line breaks because it would be auto formatted away. Also, the pre in here saves all the white spaces, and the symbol at the beginning of each line saves basically the white spaces until the first new symbols are coming. So yeah, a lot of cautionary or a lot of precautions there to do. And also, in order for the prettier formatting plugin to not bust all of those precautions over, because it works. It works like Prettier can format this even though all of these precautions are taken, and it just becomes a bunch of random symbols there. Or all the white spaces basically get squeezed out. So yeah, quite a few steps. Four steps to make it visible. And yeah, I did this one here as well, but yeah, I need, because to me it felt a bit empty without anything in the bottom here. So but I am very happy with my solution that I found. And yeah, is there anything else? Gradient, yeah, you can look that up. You can ask GetGPT. Helped me with that. Pretty awesome. So basically, you have to make the text transparent and clip it to a background, and the background then has the gradient, BG gradient to B. I don't know. To B means to bottom, so I could change this. I could turn this around to the top. Right. This looks quite cool as well, I have to say. I like it. Not sure, but I think now I can't decide. I have to compare the different gradients all day tomorrow to find the perfect gradient. No, just kidding. I'll leave it like this. Is there anything else? No, not for today, I guess. Oh yeah, I fixed the font because, and that was quite a headache. Unfortunately, I had to wrap a div around my whole layout in the app.js, because the document folder, the document file, you can't import font there in Next.js. And what I tried before was installing fonts via npm install typeface, and then I wanted to install Open Sans, and for some reason it didn't work to get like this the semi-bold. Like some of the steps in between were just missing of different variations of the font. And yeah, I don't know if I can actually show how it looked before. I think if I comment this out after getting the error, I will get a completely different font that was not the font that was there before. But it was basically, for some reason, I don't know if Brave has a different standard font in on Mac than on Windows, but or if Next.js has maybe a new one, I don't know, but it looked different than the one on Windows. It looked a bit more like bubbly, and that I was really annoyed by that. But now I implemented Open Sans, and I love this. This is the perfect font, probably. It's not too. Yeah, it's friendly but minimalistic at the same time, and yeah, you have to do like this weird stuff. Nunito was the first font I tried. I have to refactor this and change all that to Open Sans. But yeah, you have to basically import Open Sans from Next Font Google. Originally, you also had to do this with an ad before here, but then I got a warning that this is deprecated by now, and we can now use Next Font without the ad, which is a different library basically. And yeah, you have to. I think this is optional with the subset. Let's see. Is anything important changing? No, you probably have to. Please specify subsets or disable preloading. The subset can be preloaded. Maybe. No. For some reason you have to do this. And with with Tailwind, you also have to do this variable thing, so you can then access I don't know how it works. I just followed the followed the tutorial. There was no explanation why it works. To me, this looks a bit like these like the typical Tailwind syntax, but I don't know. Was some weird stuff, and also here in the Tailwind config, yeah, I have to change this to Open Sans as well. But yeah, I can now use this font in all its variations, and that was quite a hassle. As you can see, I tried a bunch of other stuff beforehand, and that's it for now, I guess, unless I forgot anything that you remind me of.
I have just two things for you. I think the first one is if you go back to your layout, also to your app.js, I think you can move all of that font code into your layout. Yeah, and just apply to the div in Node 6 there instead. And then you can keep your app.js clean.
Let's see if I can actually import this. Okay, not getting any error. Yeah, this one is a bit annoying with the type string template literal. I guess I have to, if I understand it correctly, go like this. Is that the right?
Yes.
Now I can check if it's still working, and it is, which is great. But when I want to change, if there's a page where I don't want to use the layout, basically I'm fucked this way.
That is true.
I mean, is it? Oops. What is going on?
But if you don't want to use the layout on certain pages, then you would also not want to include it in your app.js.
Yes, absolutely. But now I guess I'll leave it. I mean, I already decided that let's wait a little until I finished like the. I mean, is there anything more? Any pages more where I want to, where I don't need the header and footer. I mean, the only page that comes to mind is this 404 page, but I designed it in a way where it fits together anyway. Maybe if I'm bringing in the tools, like when I bring in the speed reader and stuff like that, maybe I want to disable that. Maybe not. No, I think for now I just leave the layout. So
Was then 1 second thing. Oh, now you're moving it? Okay.
Yeah, I'm moving. I'm not moving the layout. I'm moving the font stuff away.
Makes
because
sense.
it's just redundant.
And the second thing, I'm gonna quickly share my screen. You can keep your screen share on because it'll just disappear anyway from the screen. Is text alignment, because this is basically what happens with you, right? Where you add that extra padding and you're like, it doesn't fill the full width. I didn't like it, because the different sentences have different lengths, right? But you can use something called text justify. So text center puts everything in the middle, text right to the right, text justify subtly increases the space between each word, so that it's always the full width.
That's disgusting. I like it. That's awesome. Yeah. Okay. So where do I put it? I mean, here.
Probably on the page where you want to have it.
No, I will only edit where I don't want it. No, because I had some struggle here with some at some sizes, but I think here it works pretty well most of the time. Yeah, I'll keep it here. But
I mean, for the pink text at the bottom, it could make a subtle difference.
Yeah. That was the element that I had some pain with. I mean, let's just try it out. I'm gonna try it out. How's it called? Text justify?
Yes.
Am I having any padding and stuff like that? Just the top.
It also you need to make sure that it has the full width. I don't know if it does that automatically, but if not, you have to give it W full. It doesn't do that automatically already.
No, I mean I did the maximum width on purpose to not have it bigger than the 404 sign here.
Well, that's what I mean, but I don't see clearly if it aligns. Maybe it aligns better now with text justifier. I don't know.
I mean, there's it definitely went over here for I think there are even, wait a second, show rulers. Can I? In Photoshop you can really nicely like pull out the ruler out of the ruler. Then you can, oh, maybe this one. No. Do you know what I mean? Is that possible? Like to pull like a line out of the side and then you can see if stuff aligns.
I didn't even know that this existed.
Well, and I can't pull this one here. I mean, this one is pretty worthless for what I'm trying now, but anyways, this one is pretty close.
Yeah.
So this aligns for sure, but to me it looks I don't know, a bit. No, doesn't matter. Looks good, but I think it's not that important here. But who cares? Oh, I did something. Here we go. Yeah, I think the way more important part is on the homepage. And then index. Where are we? Preview, title, date, preview. Here. Next. Looks way better. Let's just do it for the. Where's the title? Yeah. Too much.
I will try it with a big view and see if it only seems that way because it's tight now.
I mean, these gaps are gigantic.
True.
Nah. This will stay this way because I have the max width. I will never put it more than that. But I guess that's exactly what I wanted here, so that's totally fine. What did I want to do? I mean, wait a second.
Wouldn't remove the padding, otherwise
yes,
it does my moon.
The padding on the top. That's it. Nav bar. Nav bar. This looks way better. Now, let's see how the. Well, first of all, let's see how this goes. Do you think the alignment of the button is fine, because it's a bit wider than here, but I think it's good.
Yeah, looks fine.
Yeah, I guess those are some less important details anyway. So the four page, let's check it out. Now it's wonky on both sides, which is fine. I mean, I could give some auto how's it called, like customize the 2XL font size here, or maybe, I mean, text justify is,
You can also add a variable with exactly the right text size. So it runs perfectly, at least on the biggest screens if you want to.
That's interesting. For some reason it's okay. This needs px4. Now it aligns with this one as well. And now it doesn't matter if this is a bit smaller.
Get it, but there is a fix if you have a 1-1.
Okay, let's do it. I know how it works. I just give this one. I did that before with colors. Where is it? Here. Up here. Wait. To the side. XL to XL. I make text LA1 for Leon Andersen 1. And then I go into tailwind config. Wait, is it 2x on the right breaking point already? Yes. And then I go into font size. XXS. Yeah, that's another one I did before. LA1, LA1. And then we can experiment with on. What could it be? 40 pixels. Let's try. Okay. What are you complaining about? Probably not 42. Am I even at the right place here? Whoop, not this one. Why it's not changing? Hello, what's wrong? 404. We're definitely at the right place here.
Sometimes you need to reload for the tail and stuff to be picked up. Something seems maybe the server crashed.
Nah. This one works. This one works.
I don't know if numbers work. Oh no, they work, yeah. Or are you sure it's the style is applied and you're not overwriting it accidentally?
I mean, XL breaking point should be reached. This is the biggest breaking point. Oh no. This is it. This is fucking it. This is the design everyone, the world needed. I didn't even know this breaking point was where are we? Hello? Let's put it like this. Oh yeah. This one, yeah, I leave it there. And then I can fix the size. Oh. Wrong. Yeah. That's weird with the line height. What's up with the line height? How is the font size affecting the line height? Is there like some weird I don't know. That's weird. Oh yeah, it's I guess it's impacting line height as well, the font size.
Yes.
Okay. Let's fix that.
So you can provide an array. First is if you go scroll down to the very bottom, it shows you how to customize it with an array. A little bit higher, a little bit higher. There.
Got it. Well, 32. Well, let's just take XL. We're already at XL. Let's take X. It's probably too wide. Out. It's too wide, but also this one's too small. Far. 32. 25. Closer. 6. Very close. 7. Too far. 26.5. Yeah, that's pretty spot on. Maybe a bit too far. 0.3. Does that even work? 0.2. Yeah, that actually works. I'm wondering though, why this one is. I guess there's differences in alignment with individual letters as well. So I guess that's the closest that makes sense. So let's do 32. Yeah, could work. 33. Maybe. Let's compare. I think the line height is a bit bigger. 32 was. Okay, well now it doesn't look wonky anymore. That's awesome.
Boris, I'm also impressed that you knew about the extends keyword. Really cool.
Yes, this orange here, if I'm not correct, is a custom orange. Yeah, awesome. I like it. And this page looks even better. But I have to give a bit more padding on top and fill it with more stuff. But anyways, yeah. Maybe I can already ask you a question for what I'm building tomorrow. And that's maybe the last thing. Or is there anything else?
No, let's do it.
Okay. So I have to bring this one up. The subscribe button has some weird behavior. It's not staying like if I'm at the bottom, which you can't see now, maybe I can't lift the window higher than up. But if it's at the bottom and I then click the subscribe button, then it actually aligns with the footer, which you can see right now coming in. But if it's here, and then I open. Wait, maybe higher. Yeah, I guess as soon as I scrolled, I have to scroll. Then it's you see what I'm talking about? Probably the distance that is in there, and I'm just wondering why this is not. I guess this is not a question one can answer without just trying out a bunch of positioning CSS stuff. But I don't know. I don't even know what my question is. Only if there's anything that any first ideas maybe. But anyway.
Yeah, I think you should look at the relative property of the footer and see if it's properly set, and then the absolute property of the other thing, so that they always stay in relation to each other.
Yeah, that's a good point, because what also is very interesting is that the come on. Here we go. The menu here is also an absolute. Where have it? Where do we have it? Here we have it. Here we have the absolute for the menu div or menu UL. Oh, it's actually a UL. What the heck? Didn't know that. Anyways, so, but we don't have any relative, and it still works. And I was really confused why it works, because I deleted the relative when we stripped away everything for doing the positioning stuff. So
Is there a relative in there then?
I mean, I think, where is it? Not in the layout, probably. Well, not layout, then in the nav bar. Header, no. Nav bar, no.
Well, then it just takes the default, which is just the top of the document.
Okay. Top of the document. And
But
okay.
you should give something relative there too, just to be sure that it's bearing properly.
Okay, I guess I just well, should I make it its own parent, basically, some like the button itself, but the button will disappear, so that's probably not the best.
No, not these property work across components. You can just give the nerf, for example, here, or the header or relative, and then it'll be fine.
We will see. That's awesome. Okay. And well, then the footer. Where is the footer? Form, then it's already absolute, so this is amazing. On stream, bug fix. Love it.
Sweet.
Yeah, now now the next challenge is to make this open to here. And I guess am I right that if the like that the subscribe stays at the same place? I guess if it's relative, or if it's absolute to the relative, Maybe it's not the best relative to have the footer itself as the relative, because if I want an absolute position towards this subscribe button here, it's actually better if I take the subscribe button as the absolute.
That's very correct.
As the relative. And then do I basically have to go with like left so and so or stuff like that? As
In this case, it would be right, because you're pushing away from the right, but yes, exactly.
Yeah, true.
Probably just right 0, so it opens right above the subscribe.
Got it. Yeah, and the height should work as well, and then probably the same for here as well.
Yep.
Oh my goodness. And ChatGPT gave me a lot of like a whole bunch of stuff to get the focus into the email here. Well, do you know if that's a lot of work, or is like I had to use effect, use ref, and use state according to ChatGPT, but to me that seemed a bit too much.
Well, that sounds right. So what I would do is two use refs, one for the subscribe button that opens the menu, and one for the input, and then a use effect. And your use state is the open and close state that you already have. And then when it's open, you focus the input. And then when you close it again, you automatically focus the subscribe button again with which you open the menu.
Sounds great. Yeah, it's taking form. Quite literally. Awesome.
Well, that has been day 115 of 200 Days of Code with Leon Andersen. And speaking of forms, I think Mr. Andersen is also going to work on his form in the gym. Isn't that right?
No, today I will skip the gym not. So I will definitely not work not on my form. And that's how it's going to be, not.
Sweet. So this has been day 115 of 200 Days of Code with
me and
LF Mill from 10x Dev, aka me, the quack guy. Take those quacks. Yes, thank you. See you tomorrow.
always be something.